Hey there, welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about how to have one-on-one conversations with low performers and underperformers. Addressing performance in one-on-one conversations is already quite a thing, but when you have a low performer or underperformer on your team, these conversations become crucial. So let's dive in and see what are some things you can do to make sure they go down well. To start with, one key strategy, one key thought that I always lean back on, and maybe you have heard me say it before, but I think it's so important. The intent that you have in your head, the thoughts that you have in your head, the beliefs that you have in your head, all of that is going to play such a crucial role on how this conversation will unfold. So I want you to take an effort to make sure you have the right intent, you have the right beliefs, you don't have judgments, you don't have preconceived notions. You don't have conclusions in your head that haven't been confirmed yet. As you walk into that conversation, tell yourself, and I hope you believe this as much as me, nobody wakes up thinking, let me be the underperformer on my team. Nobody wakes up thinking, let me be the one that everybody thinks, oof, they're not up to standards. So something must be going on that gets in the way of their performance. And before you walk in, think for yourself 3, 4, 5 different alternative reasons that could be reasons that are not related to this person, why this person isn't able to perform the way you would like them to perform. Have you agreed clearly on expectations up front? Can you be really honest and say, yeah, we had a good conversation multiple times, not just once, where we explicitly said this is good and this is not good enough. If you've done that, fantastic. But many of us have always sort of assumed that expectations are clear while they're in reality not as clear as they should be. Then think about, is anything else causing this? Is there anything in the organization that is causing confusion? Has this person had all the resources? Has this person had exposure to the right people? Are the skills the right skills? Is this person in the right role, in the right place in the organization? How about their personal life? Is there anything going on in the life of this person that could get in the way of them being the best version of themselves? I want you to start thinking like this before you move into a conversation, because it's so tempting to think, oof, they're just not up for this. We're going to work this through, and maybe we just got to get rid of them. That's the thought that I know so many leaders have in their head. And look back to your own career. At some point in time, we all were an underperformer, and somebody took a chance in us. They believed in us. They saw that we were struggling for other reasons, and it wasn't on purpose. I want you to be that kind of leader. And then as you have that conversation, it is so essential to be razor sharp, super clear, and really articulate well what is exactly the problem, what are the potential consequences, and how you want to navigate forward. The worst you can do for this person is to be vague, is to want to sugarcoat it, is to want to keep it a little bit nuanced. No, when performance is really low, they gotta know that this performance is not up to par. You can still do that with kindness though. You can be clear and kind. What's important is that you separate facts and observations of behavior with the impact that behavior has on certain results or how team members feel. You never want to become personal. You never want to become judgmental or accusational. You want to stick with the facts. In this and that meeting, I saw you do A, B, C. To be quite honest, I think the impact of that to the rest of the team was this and that. And to the standards of this organization and the expectations we have agreed upon before, I have to tell you that is actually unacceptable. Now, we're going to figure out a way through this, because it can't be that that happened for these and these reasons. I want to understand why that happened. Once you have said your fact-based behavior observations and the impact it has had on the team, I want you to open up that conversation, ask questions from a kind heart, from this intent that, hey, it can't be that this was meant to be like that. Did you maybe not understand that that was a wrong thing to say? Did you get lost in translation? What was behind it? Help me understand. I want you to have conversations like that, because, again, nobody wants to be that low performer, and it's so lonely to be in that position. So they're going to need their leader, their manager, so much more than in any other position. Now, once that person has explained, You got to tell yourself, you got to take the benefit of the doubt and you got to take a chance on them and say, okay, what do you need from me so that going forward we can make this right? What can I expect from you? You want to be clear in how I can contribute and how you're going to contribute. And when you have those commitments, make sure you write them down and you follow up after the conversations, sending them a Slack message, an email, it doesn't matter, but have it written down somewhere, shared with both of you to say, today we discussed this. These were the observations I shared with you, and I told you explicitly that this is not meeting the bar in this organization, but you and me agree that we're going to do ABC to help you navigate through this. And we're going to check back in a week, in a few days, and I'm going to be here with you so that we can get this back on track. You want to be clear. You want to share the consequences, but you don't want to be blaming. You don't want to be accusational. You don't want to be judgmental. You want to be clear and kind. You want to be forward-looking, solution-oriented. Addressing underperformance earlier saves you so much hassle later on. I have seen many people turn around after underperformance. Even myself, I have had moments where I was underperforming, and great managers have helped me with their guidance to get through that and to turn around. You have to have a little bit of faith in the people on your team and give them the benefit of the doubt so that they can show you that they can do better than what you have seen before. Be that leader that believes in them. You will be reminded for the rest of their career. I'm so curious how this will go, so I will keep an eye out on you, and good luck. Just a quick thing I want to share. I created a checklist that lays out every single step to follow to prepare well for giving feedback. I don't have to tell you that being prepared makes all the difference. So go ahead, click on the link below and get that checklist for free. It's going to be so useful to make sure every feedback conversation you show up well prepared. If this video was helpful, please hit like or leave some love in the comments. It really helps us get this video in front of more incredible leaders like yourself. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. I wouldn't want you to miss any of the videos that I'm going to be sharing here in the future. Thank you so much for being here. Your support means the world.